Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Foles Eagles going up against Bortles' Jaguars.
Larry, we welcome our viewers to Duval County, the northern part of Florida, and the largest city in the Sunshine State, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Philadelphia. They go play action here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Wentz now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Miles Jack in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now Wentz throwing on second down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. On third and long, it's Wentz. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Third down now following the run. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. So it'll be first down here after the run. Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Vinny Curry. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Bortles. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A long way to go here for the offense on third down after the penalty. 3rd and 15. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Bortles now to throw. He finds Ivory here. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Wentz will try again on second down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to run him down for a loss of 18 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 43. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Second down following the run. Bortles going to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to...
Look at the big man rumble! Touchdown, Jaguars. Mercedes Lewis, 37 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Wentz now on 1st down. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going. From midfield, here's Wentz. Rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. Into the red zone. Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Wentz to throw on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Can't go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down. Now Bortles. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Fielded at the 33. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs?
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. Wentz being chased out left. And it's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar there to make the grab. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And he knocks it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
On second down, here's Fournette. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Bortles to throw on second down. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out, well, they'd sign Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapua Vitae, who they drafted the year.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 27 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Again, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Pulled in at the 24. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz from 4 yards out. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Jaguars getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brad Nortman now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. They run again with a jive. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. this is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. Dancing away at the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell in there to get him for a loss of 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll start out on the ground.